Welcome to Thank God It's Monday. I'm your host, Eric Twiggs. Joining me is Ted Fells, and we are the Digital Dudes. And today, we're going to talk to you about the biggest barrier to your breakthrough. Okay, Ted, I have this embarrassing bad habit, and it just drives my wife crazy. So, you know how when you go to the hotel, right? You have a trip, you go to the hotel. So most people at the end of the stay, they take the little key and they leave it at the desk or they put it in the bin. No, not me. Now I keep it. I'll just keep it in my pocket. We get home, my wife sees it and is like, why don't you just throw that away? What are you doing? It's a bad habit. So this one particular time, my wife and I, we had these back-to-back trips. So one time we stayed at the Holiday Inn, right? And then on the second time, we stayed at the Hampton Inn. So I thought this would be the perfect time for me to do this social experiment. I wonder what would happen if I take my Holiday Inn key and try to get it to work in the Hampton Inn door. Guys, I'm going to do this social experiment. And I know this is going to surprise you what I'm going to say next, but no matter how often I swipe that Holiday Inn key into the Hampton Inn door, it just wouldn't get me in. So here's the takeaway. Didn't work for me, Ted. I was shocked by that.
Shocking that it didn't.
I know. So here's the takeaway, right? Here's the biggest barrier to your breakthrough. The result of this experiment. Here it is. You can't expect to open a new door with an old key. So 2024, it's a new door. And Ted, what trips people up a lot of times is they go into 2024 thinking everything's going to be different. It's going to be a new year. This is my year, but they're doing the same things they did in 2023. So they're just like me. They're trying to open this new door with an old key. So the question is, like, what does a new key look like? I mean, that's a great question, right? So a new key could be reading. Are you reading something different? Like, for example, one of the things I'm committing to in 2024 is reading more autobiographies of people who have had the success that I aspire to. Reading something different. Are you associating differently? Right? Are you with a different group than you were in previous years? Maybe this group, they're on the same path as you. Do you have a different mentor? Do you have a different coach? What are you doing different that's going to get you the different result? Because here's the bottom line, right? Here is the bottom line that really brings us all together. Getting what you've never had requires doing what you've never done. That's top of the bottom line. And if you commit to using that new key in the new door, you'll be positioned to shout, thank God it's Monday. Ted, what are your thoughts?
No, I think that's very true. Very true. You know, you you know you also got to make sure you use the key in the right hotel too, right?
That helps.
That
That
helps too.
always helps.
That helps too in the right hotel. Yeah, I totally agree with you. I think a lot of this kind of stems from, is it the, kind of the plan, or is it like the executor of the plan, right? Because it could be they're like, oh yeah, is it a new year and the same old you, right? If it's
Right.
the same old you, I mean, and you're like, oh, I got to scrap this mentor, I got to scrap this trainer, right? I always often talk about, working out. Is the trainer giving you the wrong diet, right? Is the trainer giving you the wrong workout, or is it that he or she is giving you a diet and you eating what you want to eat, right? Or you're not doing you're not consistent with the workout. So does it really necessarily mean that that's what you need to scrap? So I think it all first starts with looking at yourself, right? Because you can have all the best information, the best books and resources towards you, but if you're not if you're not doing it, if you're not committed to it, then you kind of can expect the same thing. So, but yeah, New Year. Let's how about let's New Year. Let's do it this year. How about that?
Let's
Let's
do it
actually
this
do
year.
it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no, that's a great point you bring up because a lot of times the change is probably with you. Yes, you may have the right people, like you're saying. You might be in the right gym class, and that's something I always say to people. Like, if you join a gym and you join the spin class, and everybody in the spin class is getting fit except you,
that's right. Everybody's spinning, but you.
the
You're not
spin class
spinning.
may not be the problem, right?
Right. That's right. That's right.
It could be execution. It could, like you
That's right.
said, it could be the diet. It could be a lot of other things. But
That's right.
I do think like the first place you do have to look is in the mirror, and what is it that you're doing? Because that's, and you tell you and I talk about this all the time. Everybody's so excited at the start of the year, but nothing changes because there's no change. So
Absolutely.
hopefully people got the message, Ted, and they
Hopefully.
understand that the biggest barrier to their breakthrough is trying to use an old key into a new door. And if they commit to using that new key and they commit to becoming the new key, like Ted is saying, sometimes you have to become the new key, and that's what's going to open the new door. Then they'll really be positioned to shout, "Thank God it's Monday.
Right. So it's Monday. Let's do it. Let's get it. Let's get it. Get it. Get it.
Let's get it. Let's do it. Let's make it happen." And until next time, have a great one.